the next type of marriage is the Nabal and Abigail marriage, okay? Write this down, the characteristics of Nabal. This dude was a narcissist, self-centered, me. He was a niggard, Niggard. He was rude. Some of you brothers have personalities like that. Whereas Abigail, on the other hand, she was obedient, kind. She was a true virtuous woman according to Proverbs 31. Some of you, that's that be not unequally yoked together. Because some of you brothers, you have this Ahab personality, okay? So now watch this. Give me the first video. It's called Fry versus Fry. I only want the first 37 minutes. Fry versus Fry. We only want 37 minutes. That's it.
Today on
0 to 37.
I'm back here on
seconds.
divorce court today so that my husband can show me some compassion, so that he can be a little bit more understanding.
We did nothing the judge asked us to do last time, and we need to get this right this
Stop
time.
right there.
The communication.
Stop right there. Notice what he said. We did nothing the judge told us to do the last time we were here. See, let me tell you, brothers, something in counsel. When you're counseling a couple, a married couple, and ask them, did you apply the counsel we gave you last time? The second they say no, throw them out. Tell them just go sit down. Those are those people that are, what do they call them? Spiritual vampires. They just want to drain the people. They're self-centered because they want everything, all the attention, but they will not do anything to fix their situation. Nothing. You give them scripture, you give them counsel, they're not going to change. Don't counsel with them no more. Don't talk with them. Right, in Ezekiel, exactly. Get that real quick. The one that hear your words, but they do them not. Officer Liam, you listening? Give me that scripture. In Ezekiel, is it chapter 3, chapter 4? They hear your words, but they will not do them. That's some of you counsel. That's why I tell you, don't bring none of these men. If the husband and wife don't come together, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it.
And you know why also, Bishop? Because once people know you spoke with the bishop and y'all still going through that, now they're going to question what type of counsel you gave them.
Right,
so
right.
you don't want your track record to be messed up by evil, love to hear but hate to do people.
Exactly. They love to hear, but will not apply. They will not study, pray, apply. It's the last few verses. Come on, where are we going?
Ezekiel 33,
33,
verse
okay.
32.
All right.
Ezekiel 33, verse 32.
Thank you.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
Yeah, people say, oh, y'all break down those scriptures so lovely. I just love the way you put precepts together. Go ahead.
And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice.
Y'all break down that Bible the way Whitney Houston hit them notes. Lovely. Go ahead.
And can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not.
You hear that? They hear your words, but do them not. Some people we counsel with are those type of spirits. After the first time, don't come to me no more. I'm not talking with you. It's a waste of time. You brothers understand that?
Yes, sir.
I hope y'all do. You'll be wasting your time with these people. Let's go back. Oh, no, we was at the video. Go back. Start from the beginning. Go back to the beginning. 37 seconds is all we
Today on divorce court. I'm back here on divorce court today so that my husband can show me some compassion, so that he can be a little bit more understanding.
We did nothing the judge asked us to do
Wait,
last
stop.
time, and we need to get
I'm going to
this.
tell you why I only want 37 seconds. I wanted this because the wife here, because you may watch the whole video on your own, she portrays herself as an Abigail type. When you go further into the video, you realize, no, she's not an Abigail. She's actually a Jezebel. So I just want the first 37 seconds for the Abigail type of spirit. Go back to the beginning again.
Hold on now, Bishop. You remember that brother come straight up said, we did not apply anything,
Right.
the judge. You remember what she said? She acted like that man was off. She was doing what the judge said, but that dude was off.
Right.
You understand?
Exactly.
Today on divorce court. I'm back here on divorce court today so that my husband can show me some compassion, so that he can be a little bit more understanding.
We did nothing the judge asked us to do last time, and we need to get this right this time. The communication has been pure hell.
I need you to stop being short-tempered with me. Please stop cursing at me. And I think our future will be great.
This has affected our children to the point where sometimes our children don't even want to speak to us.
I would love to save my marriage, of course. He's the love of my life.
Divorce court is now in session.
Okay, so again, the only reason I showed that because she portrays herself as an Abigail type. So we have some women in here, they may have that Abigail type of spirit, and they may be sincere. And their husband might be a true Nabal. Give me that in 1 Samuel chapter 25. We're going to start at verse 10. 1 Samuel chapter 25, and we'll start at verse. We're going to read 10 through 25, Officer Leon.
1 Samuel 25 and verse 10.
Now, this occurs, King David's on the run. He sees a whole lot of sheep and all that. He and his men take guard of the sheep, hoping that the owner of the sheep, which is Nabal, will look out for them and feed them with some food and drink, things of that nature. Go ahead.
And Nabal answered David's servants and said, Who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Shall I then take my bread and my water and my flesh that I have killed from my shearers and give it unto men whom I know not whence they be? So David's young men turned their way and went again and came and told him all those things.
So he said, although y'all looked out for me, I'm not helping y'all. You got some brothers in here who have a narcissistic personality type, mean-spirited. You'll do for them, and they will not do for you in kind. Some of you men have personalities like that.
Bishop, especially with supporting the church, what we have here.
Right.
There's brothers who won't even lift their hand to help unless there's a scripture that says you'll only give if you're put in a position where you have to. You know how some brothers be like, yo, you need this to make that happen here. There's other brothers, they'll walk away when they see you trying to collect, and they think people don't see them.
Right.
Yeah, man, then that brother was very disrespectful. He know who David was. Right. I'm saying he playing like he didn't know who that man was. You see how smart he talk? Because he know.
We don't?
Verse 13. And David said unto his men, Gird you on every man his sword. And they girded on every man his sword. And David also girded on his sword. And there went up after David about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them.
He was a railer. Look, can we look that up, rail, R-A-I? Because in 1 Corinthians it tells us not to deal with, can you find me that 1 Corinthians 5? About a railer, not to keep company. I ain't quoting it right.
Hey, while you're looking for that scripture, could you read that one more time?
1 Samuel 25 and verse 14. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold.
One of the young men came and spoke to his wife. You know how many brothers here, their wife comes to explain something to us, and the man is saying, I didn't give you permission to talk to that man. Okay? That's not in the Bible there. He didn't have to say, let me go and speak to Nabal. He spoke to his wife because he saw his wife had sense. Some of you wicked Negroes in here will try to run that line on you women, and you women are idiots. You got a wicked Negro silence in you. Okay? It says there that he went and spoke to himself. He didn't ask for no permission. Go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 11. It says, But now I have written unto you not to keep company if a man that is called a brother be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer.
See that? A railer. Look at this. Railer, one who scoffs, insults, censures, or reproaches with opprobrious language, evil words. So Nabal was a railer. Okay, some of you brothers in here are the same way. You have a nigger's personality. Nigger, by the way. Go back to the Samuel. Where was we at?
1 Samuel 25 and verse 14. One of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them. But the men were very good unto us, and we were not hurt, neither missed we anything, as long as we were conversant with them when we were in the fields. They were a wall unto us both by night and day.
You know what a wall means? Protection. They protected us. Go ahead.
all the while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Now therefore know and consider what thou wilt do. For evil is determined against our master and against all his household. For he is such a son of Belial.
Damn.
That a man cannot speak to him.
You can't talk to a brother like this. He always got an argument, a complaint. Go back to the other definition you had, the dictionary one. This dude's personality type is effed up. I'm telling you straight.
Hey,
Watch.
who knows what a son of Belial is? Who knows? Show of hands. Okay? It means a child of Satan,
Yes.
the devil.
You found it? Put it on the screen. Just click it. Okay, to utter bitter complaint or vehement denunciation, to bring force by railing. So bitter complainer, somebody that's always complaining, uses opprobrious words. You got to put them two together. So the dude's personality was not right. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
So let's read it again.
Verse 17. Now therefore know.
Hold on. Very disrespectful too, Bishop.
Yes.
That dude is very disrespectful.
Exactly.
Now therefore know and consider what thou wilt do. For evil is determined against our master and against all his household. For he is such a son of Belial that a man cannot speak to him.
So who's speaking here? Who's saying that? That's the servant. Knew what type of master he had. And who's he speaking to? The wife. So he wasn't afraid to say it because obviously everybody who worked for Nabal knew what type of man he was, including the wife. Go ahead.
Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs.
Think about it. Wait, you're not thinking about it. For you to go to a man's wife and speak evil of the husband, most times, the wife would be like, what? What you said about my husband? Not Abigail. She obviously knew that her husband was a piece of SH. That's why she was like, thank you for telling me. I got to help this out. Because this dude ain't right. Everybody knew he wasn't right. Go ahead.
Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs and laid them on asses. And she said unto her servants, go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal. And it was so. As she rode on the ass, that she came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them. Now David had said, surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow hath in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him. And he hath requited me evil for good. So in more also do God unto the enemies of David. If I leave of all that pertained to him by the morning light, any that pisseth against the wall. And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off the ass, and fell before David on her face, and bowed herself to the ground, and fell at his feet, and said, upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be, and let thine handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid. Let not, my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man of Belial, even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he.
Damn.
Nabal is his name, and folly is with him. But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou sent.
Now you got to imagine this thing. Although she knew her husband was a piece of SH, she looked out for him. Notice, she didn't tell him David was coming to kill him. Yeah. She had to spare him that, because wasn't Nabal going to do but get killed and die. So she said, I got to try to save this man's life. Why? It's obvious she loved the dude, okay, but she knew he wasn't right.
But
Some of you women ain't like that.
But Bishop, like you said, she could have just let David kill the dude. You understand? That's what they call her a righteous woman. She said, you know what? I know my husband ain't right, but I still have to play my card right. You understand? That's what a lot of sisters cannot understand. If you playing, guess what? Your mouth you have to speak with some kind words to your husband. You still have to play the righteous card. But now you do something, now you blame the other party. That's what, but she was never blame the party. Their servant come and tell her that your husband is no good. David gonna come and kill the husband because that nigga no good. Then she came and humble herself under David. Say, have mercy upon my husband.
Exactly. Give me that in Sirach 14. Some of you women have husbands like Nabal. All right? And we're not going to tell you to leave him. Listen, when you up and go, that's between you and God.
That's right.
We're telling you you're not supposed to do that. That's all we can tell you. Go back to your man. Y'all fix it. That's our counsel to you.
Yeah, some sister would say, God, kill my husband so I can get another man. Kill him now.
Why don't they pray God change his heart, fix his spirit, fix his mind? Sirach 14 and verse 5. We're going to read down.
Sirach 14
And this goes what Deacon Asaph was saying. Go ahead.
verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods.
Watch this.
There is none worse than he that envieth himself.
He hates himself. Go ahead.
And this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Watch this.
And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
That's what Asaph was saying.
That's
If
right.
You got to force a nigga to do something good.
Yep.
He doesn't have a willing heart to do it. Some of you
No.
men in here are just
That's
like
right.
this. You have a Nabal spirit. Comes to arms, we got to get on you, bruh. You know you didn't give alms in a month, 2 months?
We got to go through the book.
Right.
And he got all type of excuses with his cheap ass. I tell the men, don't even ask him, man. Just let the Most High deal with him.
There you go. Go ahead.
And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. And at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Yep. At the last, you're going to declare your wickedness. Go ahead.
The envious man have a wicked eye.
The evil man, the jealous, hateful man hath a wicked eye. Go ahead.
He turneth away his face and despiseth men.
You see that? He despises. That's how Nabal was. He turns away his face and despises men. David helped him. He turned away like he didn't know about it and hated David's guts.
Yep. And
Just like in, we help all these people. Some of them that left, we helped them with their rent.
That's right.
Week, month after month after month. Didn't act like we the devil.
That's right. And they go scoffing about us on YouTube and making videos and saying all this hateful stuff. The beautiful thing about that is the Most High recorded everything.
Right.
And you're going to pay for it.
There you go.
You're going to pay. And like the bishop was saying with the Nabal situation, you simple woman, you take heed to what he just brought out. Suppose Abigail was one of these dumb women you see today that be like, I can't do nothing. You have to talk to my Lord. You know how stupid y'all sound? Her house was in danger. She was about to be destroyed. And some of y'all open your mouth with that same foolishness. My Lord said, okay? So man is coming to his house to take heads and kill everybody. She ain't come how you stupid women are today. I have to talk to my Lord. Wicked nigga in the house. You got no. It said nobody could talk to Nabal. You couldn't even have a conversation with him. And your idiot behind that live with him is talking about, I can't do nothing. I have to talk to my Lord. Shut the hell up.
You make people sick when you got those type of
Exactly. You make me
personalities.
sick, man. I don't want to entertain that.
So, some of you in here, you know if this is you. You know if you got the Nabal personality type. And some of you women in here, you know if your husband got that personality type. The next marriage, the final marriage, we'll close out with this one, is the Ananias and Sapphira marriage. New Testament. I'm going to open up with the video. It's called Davis versus Moore. Davis versus Moore. This is the Ananias and Sapphira marriage. Okay, how long is this? Wait. I didn't put a time down. Dang. Just give me the first few. No, you got to go ahead. I'll tell you when to stop. Go ahead.
Today on Divorce Court.
I came to divorce court because I think that my fiance, Dennis Moore, is a compulsive liar.
The lies I have told her were to spare her feelings so that she wouldn't go overboard and assume stuff that's not actually there.
I do want to know who the real Dennis Moore is.
I believe that she does know who the real Dennis Moore is because I pretty much laid everything out cut and dry for her.
The lying does hurt me. Every time I find out something different, it takes something from me each time.
Hopefully, everything will be proven today that I'm actually the person that I said that I am.
Dennis, the lying has to stop or I'm done.
Divorce court is now in session.
So
The Honorable
now-
Judge Lynn.
Pause. We're going to preface this. The Ananias and Sapphira marriage is when husband and wife have a lying tongue. They lie together. They plot and lie together. Together.
Hey, Bishop, we literally saw that this brother and his wife convinced us that they running into a big lump sum settlement. Remember years ago? Hey, even Lava was believing that stuff too. Everybody was believing that. I'm like, oh man, that lie went deep, man. Went very deep.
Yo, I'm gonna take the fifth out of that because you don't know what you're saying. I'm going to have mercy on you.
Go ahead, play.
Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Lamika Davis and Dennis Moore. The two of you have been together for a year, engaged for 8 months. You have a child from a previous relationship, but you are currently 5 months pregnant with Mr. Moore's baby. You two are having a little difficulty with your relationship, so you came to me on before your vows. You've given me your marriage license with permission to tear it up should I think that your union is ill-advised. You filled out my compatibility test, and now you're going to tell me why you love Mr. Moore but are concerned about whether or not you should marry.
All right, so I'm here today because I fell head over heels for Mr. Dennis. We met on Instagram, had a great conversation.
Instagram. You see that, Labo? You see that? Instagram. Go ahead.
Our first date was amazing, and then after that, we had some more amazing dates. But I'm starting to feel that the guy I'm head over heels for now is a compulsive liar.
A compulsive liar. I understand that you believe that his lies are so comprehensive that you felt the need to put together a list. As you go through it, let's put up the list of lies.
Okay.
So go ahead. You can take a look at it if you want to refresh your memory.
Wow. Wait, pause.
Okay.
Wait, you paused at the wrong spot. Yeah, I want to see the list. Yeah. All right. Well, a clear picture. All right. This is this man's list of lies. Now, we know some people in Israel who have lied about, number one, owning a luxury car. Some of you women know who we're talking about. Now, the brother's all upset that we bring up, why you got to talk about my story? Brother, don't nobody know your story. We ain't throwing your name out there, but your story is edifying because you's a liar. Number one lie, owning a luxury car. Number two, his age. Engineering school, his house, apartment fire, playing professional football, car accident, and engagement ring. Wow. She met this dude on Instagram. Go ahead.
Instagram. He had a nice Mercedes Benz, and I mean, I'm not like that. I'm not a gold digger. I'm not looking at that. But in my eyes, with us being so young, him having a nice car, you're paying a car note. So I feel like you have a secure job where you can pay your car note. You're young, so that means you're motivated.
Right, but you found out that the Mercedes that he was standing in front of, T.I. style, was not his.
It was his. He claimed it's his, but I've never seen it.
Okay,
never saw it. So
we
went on when he picked me up for the first time, he was in a different kind of car, old Caprice car, So I'm like, okay, whatever. So after a few more dates, that car was not there. So I'm like, where's your Mercedes Benz? And he's like, well, I gave it back. Said he had to give it back.
What did he say about his age?
So about his age, when I first met him, Dennis told me he was 25. One of his ex-classmates, I know him. And we was talking about him. He wanted to know the guy I was dating. I was telling him about Dennis, and he's like, well, we graduated together. I'm like, how did you guys graduate together and you're 28? Dennis told me he's 25. He's like, no, he's 27, probably about to turn 28.
Okay, engineering school.
So when I first met him, he said he was getting an engineering job. He was waiting on a response from an engineering job that he was waiting to start. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess you got to go to school for that, for that. But no, there was no sign of that. He told me he has a psychology degree.
No sign of that either. His house.
He was picking up some mail from this house that he had had before he met me. When he picked up the mail from there, I'm like, oh, is this the place you used to live? He was like, yeah, I used to stay here. So I'm like, oh, okay, what happened? And he was like, well, I got locked up. I think he said he was only locked up for about three days. I think he said 3 days, or I'll say a week. I'll even say a week. And when he said he was locked up for a week, they evicted him. I'm like, you don't get evicted in no
3
week.
days. Okay, now we're halfway through. So I'm going to go to Mr. Mr. Moore. Why don't you tell me?
So now he go, of course. He goes, everything she said is a lie, is a lie, is a lie. Now when you go, if y'all watch this at home, when you go further on, can you zip up ahead? Let me see. Go to like somewhere around 12 minutes. Let me see something. Because go to 12 minutes around it. Stop right there. Let me hear something.
Briefly.
It's not in every argument, but yes, I have said it.
Yeah, okay, okay. Well, now that we've talked about his list of lies, I want to go on to some extraordinary lie you told and see why you told it and what happened after that. Was it a planned pregnancy?
You know,
it was a planned pregnancy. It was a planned pregnancy.
You was taking pills.
Anyway. Would you stay in a relationship that started under a cloud of lies? Tell us what you think at Divorce Court. So, Mr. Moore, tell me about that outrageous lie she told you.
It always floated, oh, I'm gonna get an abortion, I'm gonna get an abortion. Every time we got into it, I'm gonna get an abortion. So it came down to the point to where one time I was at work and we were talking on the phone. She ended up screenshotting a confirmation saying that she's gonna get the abortion, that a relative was gonna pay for it, and it was screenshot and sent to my phone while I was at work. So I called her, I'm like, you ain't gonna do this. If you wanna get an abortion, you know, that's my first child. I never thought I could have kids, so I'm like, have it and give it to me then if you don't wanna go that route versus getting an abortion because it's against everything I believed in. The next day I'm working, I get a text message, I look at the text message, and it said, I did it. I'm like, what? I called her, I'm like, what you talking about? She's like, oh, I went through with the abortion, this, that, and the other. It was the best thing for me to do at this point in time. And instantly, I just bust out crying. I hung up the phone with her. I called my mama. I'm talking to my mom. My mom's trying to calm me down. So
when did you find out it wasn't true?
I'll probably say a few hours later. She'll call me. She called me on my lunch break. We talking. I was just playing. I just wanted to make you mad. I wanted to get under your skin. I'm like, why do you always do that? You always try to do stuff to try to get under my skin. That's the only way you can come
did you do that?
He initially was on board with the abortion.
She wouldn't say yes or no.
Here like, why is you lying?
But why would you tell him you got one when you didn't?
When I first brought the abortion to him that I was planning on having an abortion, he was like, okay, yeah, we can go. At first, he was on board with it. He's like, okay, yeah, we can go ahead and do that.
I'm sorry,
I
stop.
did feel some
Why do black women feel, not all of y'all, but this one's, it's normal to have an abortion.
Yes. Yes. He was on board with it. That's why I did that. She didn't even answer the question.
Exactly.
Okay? She didn't even answer.
Go ahead.
The way at first, like even though I brought it to him, I was kind of looking for him to be like, no, I don't want you to do it, which he did. So when I told him, when I did tell him that I had the abortion, it was to get him upset. But this was something that he was on board with. So when I sent him the confirmation,
yeah, but why did you tell him you got one when you didn't? You did it to poke at him. Why did you want to get under skin and hurt him?
I think a little bit I was hurt too because he was okay at first with the abortion. He was okay.
That is the silliest thing I have ever heard.
Thank you.
You brought to him that you wanted.
Thank you. And that's how you hear what she said? I just wanted to make him mad. Right. A lot of y'all women play games like that, and y'all don't realize there's consequences and repercussions for your actions. You don't play like that. That's life. And you come in there talking about, I just wanted to make him a little mad.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you notice something. That's what the Lord said. You have to talk with both parties. You notice when she first come, she looked like righteous above all. That guy is a liar. That guy no good. Then now you pass forward a little bit. Look what she into.
Exactly. Give me that Acts 5. So this is when a husband and wife have a lying spirit, okay? And your lying spirit can get people jacked up. I'm telling y'all straight, y'all lying spirits can get people killed. There was a husband and wife that had us all hemmed up in some lies.
That's right. And
had me driving around looking for them a home. What the hell is this? Said he worked for, who did he work for? Jesse Jackson. What the hell is this? Get us all hemmed up. What was you going to say, Asaph?
The husband and wife that just recently chopped up video, the woman put it on her page and had people all in their emotions, saying that I wish death on them, and had everybody on Instagram jumping in it. Then I had to play the video of her husband chopping it up. That singing, that evil singer that's trying to get people to buy her music. Edit that video and put it up there, and she conspired with her husband to lie on me and think that I won't clap back at both of them. I'm never going to let that down. The scriptures say, if you apologize, we forget about it. Until y'all apologize for that evil you did, I'm going to remind everybody how both of y'all together conspired, like what we about to read right now. Go ahead.
Acts 5, verse 1.
Acts 5 and verse 1. But a certain man named Ananias with Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession and kept back part of the price, his wife also being privy to it, and bought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. But Peter said, Ananias, why have Satan filled thine heart to lie to the Holy Ghost and to keep back part of the price of the land? While it remained, was it not thine own? And after it was sold, was it not in thine own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thine heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto God.
You know what's heavy about this? Notice what Peter said in verse 4. While it remained, was it not your own? And after it was sold, was it not in your own power? Meaning what? All they had to do was tell Peter, no, the land was for, let's say, 100,000.
That's right.
We're giving the church
20,000.
20,000. That's all they had to do.
All they have to do is tell the truth. That's it.
Not these people. Go ahead.
And Ananias, as hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost.
God killed him.
And great fear came on all them that heard those things. And the young men arose, wound him up, and carried him out and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours after, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, tell me whether ye sold the land for so much. And
Did you sell the land for $100,000?
And she said, yea, for so much.
Yes, we sold it for 100,000.
Then Peter said unto her, how is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. Then fell she down straightway at his feet, and yielded up the ghost. And the young men came in and found her dead, and carrying her forth, buried her by her husband.
You two liars died together. Go ahead.
And great fear came upon all the church, and upon as many as heard these things.
How come nobody in the Christian church reads this story?
That's right.
With all the lie, because the commandments, the laws are done away with.
Exactly.
No, they ain't. These people got put to death for being liars.
Okay, and that's why he said, why did you conspire together?
Right.
Because the woman should have had enough sense to say, nigga, I'm not lying to them.
Exactly.
You want to do it, you do it on your own. Just like that evil woman should have said, I'm not putting this lying video. Deacon Asaph didn't say that. I'm not putting this on here. But she conspired with him to try to turn y'all against me. Okay, and she think that the Most High is going to let that go.
So, today's lesson, today's class, was about various types of marriages. So it would behoove husbands and wives, even you single men and women, to consider what type of marriage do we have. That's a talking point, a talk for discussion only. And we went through several types. There's a lot more, but we didn't have time. I went for based upon time. Which type of marriage are you? Everybody here falls into one of the types we just read today. Everybody. So if you can go home and lie to yourself and say you're that Isaac and Rebecca, okay, you's a liar. Good luck with that one. So with that, did y'all learn anything today?
Yes,
well,
sir.
let's give the Lord a hand for this thing.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. And our children too. We have abandoned. How about you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.